Hey, welcome back to the channel, you guys. I got a movie I want to put on you guys' radar. Now, this movie is old. This movie came out back in 2012. But on this YouTube channel, I want to try to talk about stuff that I really enjoy. It's not going to be one of those, YouTube channels where I'm angry about a movie I watch, because a lot of times I see movies, they are not that good, but they're kind of okay for me. But this one is called The Bay. Now, this has got a 76 Rotten Tomato score, which is 76 is pretty good, actually. But I'll read the plot synopsis and we'll go from there. But 2 million fish washed ashore, 1,000 blackbirds dropped from the sky. On July 4th, 2009, a deadly menace swept through a quiet seaside town of Claridge, Maryland. But the harrowing story of what happened that independent day has never been told until now. And this is such a well-made movie. I mean, it opens up with a woman, she's on camera and, they're asking her how, to go back and what happened on that Independence Day. And she was just a young journalist trying to, get her feet wet and, being a journalist, like a newscaster or something. And she's covering Independence Day in Claridge, Maryland. Man, this movie, this is such a well-made movie. That's why I'm talking about it now. Some of these videos, you guys, are going to be very short, because I'm just letting you know this is not a review. This is me telling you how much I loved it. But think about this. How many times have we heard about fish being washed up on shores, or, a bunch of dead things coming out of the sea and just washing up shore, and people are scratching their head and they don't know why? We even heard about birds dropping out of the sky suddenly. And stuff happened about that. So that stuff does happen for real. But man, this movie, it's about I think this what happened is they was using steroids in the feed in the chicken feed at this chicken place that was pumping out all these chickens, and the chickens' poop was running off into the into the lake. I think it's a lake. Yeah, it's dropped off. I think it's in the lake. It's a big lake. It's a real pretty area up there. So people go up there on Independence Day and they spend a lot of time up there. And that little community makes a lot of money on people coming up there. And it's a very pretty place. But these researchers are out. They come up dead because they're finding these fish that's got these. I don't know if you call them cephalopods or something like that, but these little things that are really normally real tiny, but they're getting real big, and they're finding them in fish. Well, to make a long story short, the water is contaminated, right? The water is contaminated. So on Independence Day, people are going through the parade, and they're having people having, what's those things called? Crab, eating crab. They had like sack potato races, and how 4th of July is in a small community. So then they had, where you sit on the thing and people be hitting the thing so you can fall in the water. And they had a crab eating contest. Yes, a crab eating contest. But, as the ladies, the young girl, man, she's she's the main person in this movie. Well, people start throwing up. And then all of a sudden, the hospital starts getting slammed with all these people that's getting all this, these scabs coming out on their body. And then the police department is taking calls, and the first person that died was a person that they found laying out on the lawn. But they didn't put 2 and 2 together, and they was trying to figure out. They thought it was a bit odd. Well, then after that, stuff started hitting the fan. They started getting calls from people, and then the hospital started getting flooded. Well, the guy that was running the ER, he was calling the FEMA was what you call the people that you call to tell them that there's a some type of virus going around, or some type of it's been known to happen where people in certain areas of the world has got had something happen where they got these bacterias and they got infected, and several people died. So that's basically what this is all about. And man, I tell you, this is one of my favorite movies. I watch this a lot. But it was one hell of a day for that girl, because the guy that was behind the camera shooting everything, he ended up dying that day too. And it just was a well shot movie. I can't believe how good this movie is, you know. And I thoroughly enjoy it. It's called The Bay. It came out in 2012, and it's 86 minutes, and it gets right to the point. And it's labeled as action horror, but the way they shot this, man, it's directed by Barry Livingston, and then those little black bugs, man, they was getting big, and they was getting inside people, and they were eating inside and was crawling out of people's body. And then it showed how the hospital was overwhelmed, and you know, and some people was trying to get out of the town, and you know, the government found out, so they cut the highway off with a bridge where people can't come out, and then you know, the military came in, and they you know, they had to use I forgot the name of the word that they used. They used some type of stuff to put in the water to kill that real bad bacteria. That's not the word I want to use, because I know it's a bacteria or something like that. But anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. I can't find the word, but it's a well-made movie. Oh my God, it's such a good movie. But it's called The Bay. But if you get a chance, check it out, because man, this is one I love watching. And I think why I like watching it is because I really think this can happen for real, because we don't know what people put, you don't know the consequences of what we put in our pigs and our chicken, and the poop is being, who knows what they're doing with the poop. Now, in this movie, the chicken poop was being, kind of put in the lake. And so the fish was feeding off that stuff. So then you had the steroids. Then you had these cephalopods, I think. That's what the right word for it. They were eating, and they was growing 10 times as big as they were supposed to be, because they're real tiny. But the fish was eating them as well. But then people that lived around that area, they're fishing. A lot of people fish. And a lot of people was eating the fish. And then the water plant was not... got a grade D for being, up to code. Grade D is not very big. That's not very good, having a grade D. So they weren't cleaning the water like they could. The people was drinking the water. So over a period of time, people got sick. And that stuff got in a lot of people. And it was one heck of a day on July 4th, 2009. That was a heck of a day for that town in Claridge, Maryland. It's a great movie. I thoroughly recommend it. But anyway, you guys, God bless. Take care. We'll catch you in the next video. God bless.